Hi, everyone. On Friday, I read this book about snowflakes, and then we finished up that little winter packet, and then I had an activity. I wanted you guys to make a snowflake, and we did it on Zoom together. But guess what? When I looked on Seesaw, I only had 2 kids that made these snowflakes, and I want to put them in your memory book. So thank you, Abigail Rivera, and thank you, Grady. Maybe a few others did, but when I'm recording this lesson, that so far I've only had 2. Okay, so what I'm going to do, read another winter book, and then I'm going to show you how to make those snowflakes again. I'm going to make an assignment. So today I want you to make a snowflake. You can make 2 or 3, but you just have to save me 1. Okay, so when I get your snowflake, I'll probably glue it to a piece of paper, maybe a dark blue. We'll see what it'll look good on, dark blue, light blue. And then we can just slip it into your memory book. It'll look really nice next to your winter page. Okay, I chose this book. I really love it. I love reading this book to kids because it's called Snow Day. Now, I came from Washington State. I grew up in Washington State, and we were so excited. My sisters and I were so excited when it snowed because guess what? It could be like a Wednesday and it might snow. We'd go to school during the day and it would snow during the day, and then it would snow all night. And when we woke up early, we would turn on the radio and listen to a station, a local station, and they would say, children who go to school at Wilbur Elementary School, that's the name of the little town, teeny tiny little town that I grew up in, no school today. Or Lincoln County in Washington, no school today. You know why they had to cancel school on a Wednesday or Thursday or Friday? Because it was too hard to drive in the snow. It was too hard for the buses to get to school. It was too hard for cars to get to school, too hard to walk to school, too slippery. So they would actually cancel school. Well, we were excited because guess what we did? We'd put on our scarf and hat and mittens and jackets, and we would go play in the snow. We'd go sleigh riding. So this book is all about having a snow day. It's a really good book. I hope everybody listens to this. Okay, Snow Day. I'll show you the pictures, but I'm gonna have to read it like this, okay? Weather watchers had been predicting a big snowstorm for days in the afternoon. The skies grew gray and cloudy. The smell of snow was in the air. I wonder what snow smells like. What do you think? Probably like rain, I think. Then, during the night, the storm moved in, blanketing the town with heavy layers of snow. Wow, look at this. Here's the town. You can hardly see it. It's covered with snow. All you see is white. You see the trees are covered with snow. There's snow on the ground. The houses are covered with snow. Isn't that beautiful? It's so pretty. Fresh snow is just beautiful. Even before the snow stopped falling, town workers were out in their trucks to begin the long, hard job of digging out. No one else ventured into the deep snow, so this is a snow plow. I have to tell you, my dad, he did a number of things when I was growing up, but he worked for the county for a while, and he drove the snow plow. So he would have to get up really early on a snow day, and he'd have to go down to the shop and get in the big plow, and they would start plowing the streets so that people could, go to work if they needed to. So here's the snowplow. It's like a big giant shovel with a tractor behind it, pushing the snow out of the way. Here's another picture. Look at everything covered with snow. Okay. In the morning, everything was white and still. The storm was over, but the town seemed buried in deep drifts that covered the roads and the sidewalks. So now it's morning. The people are going to be waking up. Wow, I think I need to hold this like this. It's kind of hard to do, but I want to show you. The whole town is covered in snow. I bet it's cold too, right? All over town as families wake up, radios are turned on. No school today, they hear. School buses can't move through the snow. It is a snow day. Here's a big truck with a snowplow in front. And look, here's the mommy, daddy, brother, sister, little brother, and they're just in bed. They're just looking out the window. They're going, well, we might as well stay in bed. No school today. School is canceled. Snow day. Oh, wow. Wait till you see this one. For the children, it's a holiday. They go sledding and build snow people. Soon, snowballs are flying in all directions. So look, the parents, you got to see this. Here, look at this man. His car is covered in snow. He's having to get the snow off and scrape his windows because there's frozen ice there. So it's not very much fun for him. He needs to get his car out so he can go to work. But look at the children. Ooh, it's fun for them. Look at, they're sledding and having snowball fights. Kids are happy. Okay. But for most grown-ups, the snow is a big problem. No one can get to work. Stores, offices, schools, highways, and airports are closed until the roads can be cleared. Everything has to come to a stop. So the trucks are still moving because they're trying to plow the snow off of the roads so these cars can drive on the roads without sliding and getting buried in the snow. Up and down the streets, people come out to shovel and sand their sidewalks and driveways. Neighbors help each other using snow plowers to get the job done. So I'm gonna finish this. Workers arrive to make repairs and to clear away the trees and branches that fell on the telephone and electric lines. So some people are just using these shovels, okay, to shovel the snow off of their sidewalks. And then some people have these little snow plows. Kind of looks like a lawnmower, but it just blows the snow away. Okay, and then look at the big trucks that have to come, because if there's snow on the wires, for the telephone wires, then people can't use their phones, right? The work crews that have been out all night are still busy clearing the streets in town. Their trucks have heavy chains on the tires to keep them from getting stuck. The plows push the snow to the side of the road as they go. Sand is dumped out on the roads to make them less slippery. So look, when the big shovel here in front of the truck, when it pushes it out of the way, it gets the snow out, but then guess what? The road is covered with kind of a blanket of ice. So when the cars are driving, they can slide around and it's dangerous. So what they do is then they go behind with sand. So the truck is going and there's sand coming out here. They put sand on the roads, and people do that on their sidewalks so that they don't fall down when they're walking. Most highways were closed during the storm, but a few cars became stranded, trapped in the heavy snow. The state police helped the passengers to safety. Now the tow trucks move the cars out of the way. The highway department has hundreds of big trucks at work, plowing and sanding the highways that crisscross the state. And that's what my daddy did too. He would drive one of those big trucks, the snow plows. Okay, look at this. This car is stuck in the snow. Okay. The emergency vehicles are trying to tow those cars and get them out. At the airport, planes could not take off or land during the storm. The runways were snow-covered and pilots could not see well. Incoming planes could not land and were sent to other airports. In the morning, giant plows and snow blowers clear the runway. So the airports, people need to fly and get on their airplanes, but they can't until they get the snow off of the runway. As the snow piled up, the trains had to stop running too. They'll start moving again as soon as the tracks are cleared. V-shaped plows mounted on the front of engines push the snow off the tracks. Here's a picture of it. See, this is a snow plow, but it's shaped like a V, and it's going over the railroad tracks, trying to get the snow off the tracks so that train can go. Us people need to go places, right? A big snowfall also causes trouble in the ports and the harbors. Boats and ships cannot move freely on the river or at the seaports if the snow and ice are blocking the way. Strong ships called icebreakers are sometimes needed to keep the waterways open. So look at this river. It has snow on top, but there's ice. There's a layer of ice. The ships can't go when there's ice in the water. So they have big ships called icebreakers that can break up the ice and clear a pathway for the ships. In the nearby city, the job of clearing heavy snow is really a tough one. City workers must put in many extra hours. Garbage trucks with plows push the snow into huge piles against the curbs. So here, as they push it up, look, now it's in big piles up by the sidewalk, full of piles of snow. Back in town, the last of the smaller roads have been cleared. Sidewalks and parking lots have all been shoveled. The roads are sanded one more time before the trucks head back to the garage. So look, even though there's still lots of snow, look at how the roads are cleared. So now do you think the people can drive and go to work? You think the children can get on the bus and go to school? Yeah. At the day's end, the children are tired of playing in the snow, and the work crews are glad to be home. They can all go home to a much-needed rest. Everything has returned back to normal. Cars are out and moving again. Stores are open, and the school buses are ready to roll in the morning. So it's nighttime. They're ready to go to bed, and they're hoping they can get up. But what if it snows again, right? But winter has just begun. Other storms will bring more snow to be cleared. But for now, this snow day is over. Everybody's back in their houses asleep, and they're gonna wake up and they get to go back to work and back to school. Isn't that a good book? Okay, that was 10 minutes, but I'm just gonna really quickly share again the snowflakes. Now, Grady and Abigail, since you guys already did it, you are welcome to do another one. Try a few more. I'm gonna actually put theirs on the assignment page so you guys can see their snowflakes instead of mine. You get to see theirs, all right? So if you have, boys and girls, these are called coffee filters, okay? I explained on Zoom on Friday that these are so inexpensive. I bought even more than this. I have them in my cupboard, 99 cents. They work really nice because they're really light paper, so they're easy to cut. It's like tissue paper, almost like a Kleenex, okay? So they work really nice. I understand that not everybody has these, and you might not want to go to the store and buy them. A lot of people have Keurigs and, you know, 1-cup coffee makers, and they don't use these anymore. But they're kind of fun. You can do, there's a couple of little art projects you can do with coffee filters. So I'm going to start out with this. Now, you can see, you could just take any paper, maybe put a bowl on top. Here, I got this kind of paper. Maybe if you put a bowl on top and trace a really nice circle, you could just use this kind of paper. It's just a little bit thicker. So let's start with this. We start out with a circle. We fold it in half. Looks like a taco, doesn't it? Half a circle. I fold it in half again. Now it kind of looks like a triangle or a fan. Now I'm going to fold it in half one more time so I get it to a smaller triangle, okay? Now I'm going to take my scissors. Now I'm using grown-up scissors. You guys would use your little ones. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip. It's going to go on the floor. That's okay. I'll sweep it up. I'm just going to snip off this little corner here, okay? Just that little tip. Let me open it up now so you can see. When you're snipping that off, that's the hole in the middle. So you decide if you want a small hole or a big one. I just like the small one, I think. That's up to you. Okay, and then you just cut shapes into the sides. So I'm gonna cut a triangle right here. I'll do a little one. My scraps are going on the floor, but I'll clean it up. I'm gonna do a bigger one here. It doesn't have to be a triangle. I think I'm gonna go on this side here, and I'm gonna do just a curve. Just kind of cut a little curve. Now, the important thing is you can't cut the whole side off, okay? So I can't go where I left off and keep cutting. You have to leave some space in there to hold it together. Otherwise, you'll open it up and it will all fall apart, okay? And if that happens, just try again. All right, now I think I'll do another triangle. And then I might cut into this side too. The neat thing about the coffee filter is that even if you don't cut into that side, it's already kind of, I guess the word is scalloped a little bit, kind of curved, so it'll look pretty. Okay, that was as simple as you can get. Look, 2 triangles, a triangle, a little curve. All right, now here comes the fun part. I get to open it up and see what I made. Ah, I love it. I love it. Now, Abigail actually took a marker, really pretty colors too, Abigail. I loved it. She used purple and blue, and she kind of just decorated it a little bit. Or you could decorate it with some glitter or some jewels or some sequins, or you can just leave it alone. Now, I'm just going to really quick show you how you could do it with a piece of paper. So if you have a piece of paper, you can either cut a circle and fold the taco and everything, or you can make one out of a square. Now, to get a perfect square, what I have to do, see the big piece of paper? I have to fold the corner up. Mom and Dad might need to help. Okay, so it looks like a triangle. And then I have to snip this end off, or they can measure it with a ruler and draw a line. Okay, now once I have this triangle, like a paper hat, then I fold one tip up to the other one, match it, and then crease it, like fold that down, okay? And then I had, the reason this is a little harder is it's thicker, and it's harder for the kids to cut because it's thicker. You could, yeah, that would be way too thick if I did that. Now, I got my trash can here. This time I'm gonna do this. Look, I'm gonna hold it, full, isn't it? I'm gonna just snip all these little corners off. See, because I've got 3 corners. It's a triangle. And I'm gonna just snip a little bit of this corner, a little bit of this corner, and then I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna cut into my lines. Okay, there's this. I'm gonna go just some little triangles here. Maybe I can do one really big. I don't even know what shape this is. It's just, there, see that funny shape I just did? And then I'm gonna go to this side. Just remember it needs to hold together, so you don't wanna cut too much. I'll do a curved line, gotta leave it intact. And then I think on this side, I might do a great big one. We'll see what happens like that. That's it. Okay, I'm excited to open this one up. Looks kind of funny now, doesn't it? Look what happened to my triangle. All right, now I'm gonna open it up. Ooh, it's always so exciting because you don't know what you're gonna get, huh? Oh, I like it. This is a really nice one. I can hold, oh, that turned out really pretty, didn't it? Okay, so I want you guys to make me a snowflake. I want you to take a picture of your snowflake, and then don't forget to save it because we can put them in our memory book. Now, if it's this big, I don't know if it'll fit. I think it will fit because we used a 8.5 by 11 paper, so it should fit inside the little slot. And we'll put that on the January page. All right, thank you. Can't wait to see your snowflakes.